welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing 3 looks. Yes, 3 looks with the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Carli Bybel palette. I took a lot of you guys' feedback and I decided that with all the palette launches that are coming out, I wanted to show you 3 very different looks from each other using all the colors. I pretty much used all the colors except 2 colors, which I used outside of this video, but I'm going to talk about those colors at the end of the video. But I used all the colors, and these 3 looks are so different. So we have a very easy natural look. It's not natural, but like it's wearable, but it's just very easy to do. We have an intermediate look, and then we have this look, which I'm wearing right now, which is the more advanced look. And if you want to continue watching and see how I create this look right here and 2 other looks, then please go ahead and do so, because I'm telling you guys, this is gonna be good. We're gonna go ahead and start off by placing a shadow guard. So I would recommend definitely doing your eyeshadow before foundation, just so that you don't have fallout, because some of these shades do have fallout in this palette, and also with Anastasia products. With every eye look that I do, I like to go ahead and prime my lid with the P. Louise base in Rumor 2. Okay, so the first look that we're starting off with is going to be our most simple eye look. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the shade Bible. That's a cool toned matte shade, and I'm gonna place that all over. You really wanna target it everywhere. Now I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that came in this palette, but as you can see, it's shedding. I typically like to use my own brushes. I'm not the biggest fan of these brushes. I just don't feel like they're the best. They're kind of rough, to be completely honest. I'm gonna skip out on this, but I just wanted to show you guys how this performs. So I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna go in with a fluffy blender. This is from Araceli, the Grande blending brush. And I'm gonna take that shade Bible, and as you can see, it's kind of like this lavender, like really pretty color that I feel like is a perfect color for these fall vibes. Sometimes we get scared of like cool tones because we don't see people playing with them that often, but the cool tones in this palette are actually very wearable and very workable, so you're gonna get a good look out of it regardless. So we have that to start with. And I like to kind of angle it. Another reason why I like having these shadow shields is because it can help you really structure it. Because it's a very simple eye, we're not gonna be going in with any liner or any wing. So we kind of just wanna give it a structured effect. Very pretty shade. You can even just leave it like that if you wanted to, just kind of more like grungy vibes. But I'm gonna go in with another color. So now I'm gonna go ahead with this shade right here. I think it's Bowie. I'm gonna be using the same brush that I used for Bible, because I want the colors to really kind of go in unison together all over, mainly targeting that darker color on the lid because you don't want the look to be too dark at the top. Okay, so once we have those colors together, really blended out seamlessly, we're gonna go in with some shimmer. Taking the shade Libra right here, which is another color that I feel like people may be scared to use or gravitate towards. As you can see, it's a really pretty like silver with like reflexes of like gray in there. It's very different, so I think that's another reason why people may be like, oh, I don't know about that color, but it actually just looks so nice mixed with these other 2 colors. So you can see we're just gonna be placing that in the center of the lid, just because we want to add some dimension to this look, some texture. We don't want it to be like just really matte, but we want it to have like a little feel of some shimmer. I also feel like for the holiday season, like this is a good combination, mixing a matte with a shimmer on top. Then we're going back in with our big blender, and we're going to begin blending out the shimmer into the matte. It looks so pretty. And as you can see, that has no MAC Fix Plus, no nothing, just alone. I feel like it looks stunning, guys. Like, so we're gonna be going in with this beautiful shade right here, Mandala, and it has like blue with like reflexes of purple in there. It's so stunning, and I feel like mixed together, these 2 will be great. So I'm gonna take Mandala, and I'm going to really apply that on the center, and then blend some more. I feel like it adds more added dimension. And then for that color to pop a little bit, because I feel like it's not popping to the full potential that it could pop, I'm gonna go ahead, use some of my spray. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that color and really pop it in the center. Ooh, yes. Okay, so I feel like just wetting the brush a little bit really activated that purple finish to the center of the lid where I'm applying mandala. As you can see, mandala looks stunning in the center, and I just feel like it creates such a pretty, like, multi-dimensional finish to the eye. So for this, I'm just going to be taking my pencil liner and I'm going to be lining. It kind of like gives you a little bit of a black effect so it doesn't look like skin right there. I'm going to be using lashes. Shocker, right? I literally wanted to make this first look be very, very simple, something you guys can easily recreate. Most beginner-friendly look. So I'm just going to be taking my lash curler. I'm sorry if this disturbs you. I just can't help it. And I'm going to be first going in with my lash primer. This is my Lash Paradise Primer by L'Oreal. And I'm going to be just coating these lashes with the primer like that. Then I'm going to be going in with my mascara. This is the Great Lash Mascara by Maybelline. And I'm going to be coating my lashes. So I'm telling you, this will look beautiful with just your natural lashes. Now, if you have long natural lashes, or full natural lashes, or just lashes that curl, you guys are winning at life. I just have the tiniest lashes, and not only that, but like they don't curl. So because they don't curl, it's kind of hard to keep the curl. So I'm gonna go back and just recurl it in a second. But the last thing I wanna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of an inner tear duct highlight with the shade Mandala, because I feel like Mandala will look so pretty, and I want you guys to see the full potential of it on the inner tear duct. So I'm gonna be taking this Morphe JH39 brush, which is perfect for that inner tear duct glow. And I'm just gonna apply it right here. Ooh, that is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Wow, I love that. Yes, okay, that is a full vibe. Okay, so now that we have that on, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. So satisfying. Do you see what it did right there? It removed some of my makeup, but just ignore that. Adding this shadow shield and just kind of putting it in this edge really sharpen that edge, so we don't even have to go back in and do anything. And even though we don't have liner or a wing, like it wings it out for you and it makes the look a little bit more polished. So that's the first look. So this isn't like my typical look to do, but I feel like me doing different types of looks for different types of people is definitely helpful for you guys. Now that I try this on my own, I could definitely see myself if I'm in a rush and I just want to do something super just pretty and bold, but still put together. I could easily do this and just embrace my natural lashes. Or if I really wanted to throw on a pair of lashes, I could put on some very natural ones, like some Ardell Demi Wispies, and call it a day. I just feel like this is a full vibe, especially for like holiday season. It just speaks to me on so many levels. Okay, so now we're gonna begin on the second eye look, which this look is gonna be using more so of the wearable shades. Go ahead and start off with the shade Chai right here, and it's a beautiful, warm-toned, beautiful crease color. This is like my dream crease color. I'm gonna be using mainly these colors over here, so you guys know those are like in our comfort zone colors. So let's do the second look, starting off with Chai. We're just keeping that really centered in the crease, and the reason we're doing this is because we really want to create a lot of depth and shadow on here. And I'm doing windshield wiper motions because windshield wiper motions blows the color upward. So it blends it, but it blows it up, as opposed to using circular motions, where with circular motions, all you're honestly doing is kind of diffusing out the color. I'm just taking it, and I just feel like it's the prettiest warm tone brown, and this color is just honestly the perfect transition color. I'm so happy that this color was included, because when you have this color, you can literally do anything with the shimmers. So now that we have that color on the crease, we're gonna go ahead and take the shade Moo right here. I feel like this would be a pretty highlight too, in case you didn't have a highlighter with you to, like, you know, highlight your cheekbones and stuff. But we're gonna be taking this color and placing it all over the lid. If you don't have a MAC 242, you need to go get one from MAC, because they are incredible. I feel like Moo is such a beautiful color. Like, this combination is very workable. I feel like you can't ever go wrong with a combination like this. And the color just suits all different types of skin tone, so like you don't have to worry about it looking too intense. And I'm gonna take this shade right here, Bully, and I'm gonna mix it with Moo, and it's gonna create the prettiest blend. Do you see how pretty that looks? It kind of becomes a little bit more pearlesque, like a white champagne. This is giving me Thanksgiving vibes, Christmas Eve dinner vibes. Like, it's just a perfect holiday set. I'm gonna be going in back with the brush, and we're gonna be going in with the shade Chai again to kind of warm up this look on this outer edge. Not only that, but I also want to make sure this edge is still like nice and precise, because it does give you that nice angled effect that we had with our first look, which is something that I've been really going for lately, especially like I mentioned when I don't do a wing. This look and the first look don't have wings. The third look will have a wing in case you are a wing person. But with these two, I just feel like sometimes wings too much. Like sometimes you really just want to make a statement with the eyeshadow you have going on. So what I'm doing here is I'm just really targeting this area. And you can see literally with one crease color, which is Chai in this palette, you can create a full blown out smoky effect with it, especially for those people that don't like those super dark colors on their crease or to smoke out. They want something softer. This is like the perfect in between brown. I also feel like this is a beautiful glam for bridal makeup. When I used to do weddings, this was one of my go-to looks because I feel like soft smokiness, but yet it's dramatic where it stands out beautifully in pictures. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking that matte shade and I'm mixing it into the shimmer, as you can see. So it has a very diffused effect. Do you guys see how diffused that is? When I was in high school, I was obsessed with having a very sharp line between my matte and my shimmer. Like I was living for that. I thought that looked amazing. It's crazy how things evolve. But do you see that blend is like on fire? Like that's how it should be blended. So that is pretty much what I would do for this eyelid and just the crease. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is a nice liner because I do want to make this a little bit more bold than the first look. Okay, so for lashes, I'm going to be taking these Kiss lashes in the style Pompadour. These are phenomenal, especially if you want a more wearable lash. It does have a little bit of drama, but I feel like it's enough where you get that like falsy look, but you still have a lot of space for you to see what's going on behind the shadow. There you have it. Very soft glam lash. As you guys can see, I just feel like it gives you the prettiest effect. So for the shade Bare right here, it's like my go-to favorite vanilla shade. Now this shade is a little bit of a satin finish, so it does have a little tiny bit of, I don't want to say shimmer, but it has a little pinch of shimmer. So if you're looking for a matte shade for your brow bone highlight, this may not be your favorite. So I'm taking that shade Bare. Do you see how pigmented that is? Like it's phenomenal. And typically I don't go in with a shade on my brow bone unless it is straight up matte. But I'm like, you know what? Too bad. This is all we have right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and work with it. And I just feel like it adds the perfect pop. It still looks put together and classy. So now that we did that, we're gonna go ahead and dust away our powder down here. So now I'm going back in with a palette. I'm taking Chai with this Morphe M508 brush, which is perfect for tight lining. And I'm just gonna pop this under here. And I'm gonna go to town with the color. So there is one more thing I wanna do just because I wanna have fun with this look. I feel like this is kind of one of those looks that you could like take to the next level easily with some rhinestones. You guys know that there's been a huge rhinestone craze lately because of the show Euphoria. And Carli Bybel is like obsessed with rhinestones. And of course I wanted to like honor that because this is a Carli Bybel palette. I'm gonna be using the smallest one. So they like range in size. So I'm gonna apply one right there. One I'm gonna be applying right here. This is the second look, which is, I think, one of my faves. So now we are going to move on to our third and final look, which is going to be a more dramatic look. This one is definitely more fall appropriate. The first shade we're gonna go in with is Cindy right here. I feel like Cindy really served as a beautiful transition color on the crease. I feel like it's definitely gonna be used a lot in the looks that you create with this palette for crease work. So Cindy it is as our first color. So I'm just taking this back and forth. And this color, you're really gonna take it in windshield wiper motions because you really want it to be blown out as much as possible. So don't be shy with it, and also don't restrict it just on the crease. Blow it up, make it your own. This look is a little bit more dramatic, and we are going to be going in with a darker shade, more so tightly packed on the crease, so this can just kind of be like a nice shadow for like all over blowing up. Also, I just feel like the color of it is so nice and light that it really diffuses out to whatever you want it, because as you can see, it looks kind of bright when you first apply it, but then as you start to diffuse it, you can definitely make it lighter. So just have fun with this color. I'm going to be taking a big fluffy blending brush, also going in windshield wiper motions and beginning to diffuse the color out a little bit more. Once I've set that color down, we're going to go in with this beautiful shade Stev, which is kind of like a cranberry color. I feel like this color is perfect for the fall season, especially for those like Thanksgiving looks, those holiday party looks, Friendsgiving, all that. This is the type of color that you would want to wear. That color, we're going to be directly placing it right onto the crease. So you can see how those two colors just look so nice together, and they give you a very like gradient effect. So just make sure that you kind of keep that a little bit tighter, because you already went in with the other color to create shadow. Now I do have to say, this color, like this cranberry color Stev, does have a little tiny bit of like, I think, shimmer reflexes. It's very, very light. It's nothing too intense. It's still like more so on the matte side. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I am seeing that in the pan and also when I go in with the shadow. So it's just those two colors on the crease, and as you can see, they look so beautiful, and you can see how adding a lighter shade and a darker shade adds a good diffused effect between the two. So now we're going to move on to the lid work. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing with this is cutting the crease, but we're going to cut the entire crease. If you have hooded eyes, then this is like the one for you. So now for the start of the show, we're going to be using this shade right here. I don't know the name because I can't see it from the screen, but this beautiful gold shade. As you guys know, this is like a must for this time of the year. So we're going to be taking this shade, and that shade is called My Angel. So this was the shade dedicated to Carli subscribers, which is such a beautiful shade. It definitely has texture in there. So I've used every single shadow in this palette, and I have to say, they're all so beautiful. It's definitely a very unique palette, but you guys will find out my final thoughts at the end of the video. That is pretty much all we're gonna do on the eye. So now we're gonna take this shadow guard off. Ooh, that was lovely. So for this, I am going to do a very bold wing. Okay, so now we're going to be going in with these lashes. These are Lily lashes in the style Rome. I love them because they have like a nice little flared out effect. These are beautiful. This is my first time trying these, but they are stunning. Sometimes lashes can be very dramatic and you can completely miss what's going on behind the lash, so like the eyeshadow, but these do not take away at all from the eyeshadow. So whenever I'm doing looks like this, I want lashes like these that you can see everything behind it, all my hard work that now paid off. Looking at the final result, oh god, this look is definitely my favorite because I feel like it's something that I would do. But look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh. And like I just mentioned, these are in the style Rome. Okay, so because this look is a little bit more dramatic, we're gonna go ahead and go back in with the matte shade Stev, and we're gonna run that through our lower lash line. And I always recommend using this little brush. This is the Morphe M508. It's like my go-to for lower lash line work. So we're gonna keep this look dramatic. I'm going to be doing something that I don't typically do, and that's running the black liner underneath. You don't have to do this, but this is just a step that I want to do to make the look a little bit more dramatic because the other looks were a little bit more wearable. Last thing I'm gonna do, because that's the only like vanilla shade we have, is I'm gonna take Bare, and even though it has a little bit of shimmer, I'm gonna take that on my brow bone highlight. I feel like brow bone highlight is so essential, so I'm just gonna pop that right at the high point of my brow. Bam! Okay, so this is the completed look. This is our third and final look. I feel like it's stunning. Okay, so now that you guys have watched all three looks and got a good idea of how you can use this palette and the different color schemes that it contains, I want to talk about the palette. I have to say that when I first saw it and I first saw that Carli Bybel was doing a collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills, it really made me so happy for her. I've been watching her for years. Like, she is an OG YouTuber, and I just love her personality. She has this such beautiful aura about her that I think speaks volumes. And once I saw that she was collaborating with her and I saw the packaging, I was like, wow, this is so Carli Bybel. I think that Anastasia does a really good job of making sure that every collaboration they do with an influencer or whoever it is, they do a good job of really representing it through the packaging. So I think that was nailed. Now when you open it, I know a lot of people were kind of like hit or miss with the colors in this palette because I feel like this isn't your traditional like warm tone palette that everybody expects. Now here's the thing, you can never win with people because like it could have looked like this and people were like, well, I don't even know how to use that. Those colors are like cool, blah, blah, blah. Or it could have been really warm. People would have been like, oh my God, same palette as every other palette. So you can never win, but I truly think that with years of watching her, this really like embodies her. I feel like the colors are so beautiful. There's definitely colors in here that are completely out of my comfort zone. Honestly, I have to say, I think this palette came at a perfect time as the holiday collection for Anastasia launched because I feel like this is a very holiday appropriate palette. You guys saw some of the looks that I created. They're very holiday party appropriate. Also for like New Year's Eve, this is like the vibe. They're so pretty, or like a night out with like, you know, these two colors, like a smoky eye, it'll look really nice. So I just feel like everything kind of has its pairing. I feel like these are more so wearable colors that we tend to really gravitate for a day-to-day basis. So like you can't go wrong with this aisle right here. And when you go from here on, you have your more so out there colors. So I think that you would get a lot of use out of this. I have to say for the formula, Anastasia Beverly Hills never fails with their formula. They're very nice, consistent formulas. The two that I would say are most texturized are this gold right here, which I'm wearing on my lid right now, and then the OA color. This one I feel like is the most sheer out of all of them, and I think it's because it does have that texture. It's not sheer in a bad way. It's definitely one that you apply on top of another color to add a little extra pop. So I feel like 14 shades is enough for you to really get good use out of it consistently. So I feel like it's definitely worth checking out. I would say if you're still on the fence about it, you can go and swatch it or have somebody do a little eye tutorial on you at Sephora, at Ulta. They have it at Nordstrom's, Macy's. They have it pretty much everywhere. I feel like nowadays Anastasia is sold everywhere, so you can easily find this palette. And I always love the fact that they have a good range of, you know, your more pigmented shimmery shadows and then your matte shadows for the transition. You were able to see that I was able to use all of the matte shadows as transition colors for my eyes, so I was just very pleased with it. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching my 3 eye looks. I do want to quickly mention though, this palette does retail for $45. I know sometimes with some Anastasia palettes they're like $49. I think it just depends, I guess, on, you know, the formula or what they're using for the shadows. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I hope that you guys did, like I just mentioned, enjoy all 3 looks, and I hope that you guys at home recreate the looks, or perhaps, you know, feel inspired to play with your own makeup and create different looks. So I hope this was helpful. I'm trying to do things a little bit differently to really show you guys a little bit more than the norm, and also like teach you guys, because that's a huge thing for me, is helping you guys learn new things, new techniques, new looks. If you guys have purchased the Carli Bybel palette, let me know how you're liking it. If you haven't purchased it or think about purchasing, let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the palette? Do you think it's worth your money? Will you be investing in it, or will you be passing? Because I know everybody has a different opinion, and I love hearing your opinions. So let's go ahead and start a conversation down below in the comment section. I love interacting with you guys. You guys are like the best people alive. So thank you so much for all your support. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I hope that this video was fun enough for you to stick around and continue watching more videos. And the way that you will continue seeing me on your feed is by subscribing and also hitting that notification bell, because if you hit that bell, every single time I upload, you'll get that little ring, ring, ring. Go ahead and do those 2 things. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up once again. And that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye, guys.